these are going to be a little low quality for a while because I don't have a computer I can use right now. So, anyway. I finally got to watch Ghostbusters in 2016, you know, the reboot. And before I get to how I felt about it, I figured, why not explain my history with Ghostbusters and why I feel the way I do? So, Ghostbusters. As a kid, I was a huge fan of the movies. The both I'd seen hundreds of times, if not more, and I could quote both of them pretty much perfectly by the time I was about 8 or 9. You know, I mean, I'm gonna go into history with both the movies while I do this little movie review. But the first one, when it came out, it was a huge worldwide success, and everybody loved it, and it was with good reason. You had great characters that were memorable and lovable. You had a plot that was cool. You had visual effects that had never been seen before. And it was funny. It was sometimes dramatic. It was cool. And the second one came out. And, yes, Playroom. Thank you for interrupting, Hunter. So, second one came out. And, it wasn't as big a success as the first one. Mostly because people thought that they were just redoing the first movie. So, for years, people waited for Ghostbusters 3 to come out. There was even a script. I remember reading about a script as early back as 2008. You know, when I was still in middle school. I am continuing. It's fine, though. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so, I remember as far back as middle school going and reading on the internet about a Ghostbusters 3 coming out. And I thought it was a neat idea. You know, I thought it would kind of be cool to see, you know, a Ghostbusters movie in the theater. Because by the time I was born, both movies had been out. So the first one had been out for 11 years, and the second one had been out since 1989, which is about 6 years before I was born. And, well, pardon me while I get a drink. So I thought it would be a neat idea to actually get to see it, and I was kind of excited for one. Well, in 2009, we got Ghostbusters the video game, which brought back most of the original cast. You got to play as your own Ghostbuster who had like a blank slate, and it was just cool. It was like you got Ghostbusters 3, the movie, in the form of a video game, because everything just felt like Ghostbusters. And then in about 2013, 2014, I read an article that they were rebooting Ghostbusters, and I thought, wow, that's kind of a ridiculous idea. I gave it a shot, and then when I saw trailers for the movie in 2015, I said no, I wanted nothing to do with it. And it wasn't because they were females. It was because they were just redoing Ghostbusters as if Ghostbusters 1 and 2 had never happened. Now, I realize a lot of people have said this before, but I mean, I know I'm, you know, way behind on doing reviews for this movie, but I still felt it necessary to do one. So not too long ago, I got Stars for Amazon on my PlayStation 4. And about a week ago, I was looking at it, and I was like, wow, they have the Ghostbusters on there. I don't really want to watch it. So for the past year, my closest confidant, Chris, who streams with me, and Chad, they both said I needed to watch it. And then when, you know, I heard about the movie and things, everyone was saying, a lot of people were saying, if you don't like it, you're a sexist, or blah, 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 you're not going to support it because it's new, or whatever. I just didn't want to see it. But then I decided today I'd give it a shot. I watched it, and there's so much wrong with it. In my opinion, it's a terrible, I know a lot of people liked it, but it's a terrible movie. So it focuses on 4 new Ghostbusters. I don't remember their names because I only remember Aaron and Abby, who were the 2 main characters who like the only focus in the entire movie. But so the movie focuses on this college professor named Aaron, who previously worked on a book about ghosts. And since she's at this college, she's like, oh no, I don't want people to hear about my book. And then she goes and talks to the chick that she wrote it with. The chick she wrote it with cliched, oh, I hate you because you left me kind of thing. And then, of course, they go get fired from their colleges, you know, just like the first movie. And then they meet up with, the chick that Melissa McCarthy plays already had a engineer chick. I think her name's Holtzman in the movie. And so, meet up. They completely flip, like within less than 5 minutes of her saying, oh no, I hate ghosts, she completely flips the script and goes to, oh yeah, ghosts are real, let's catch some ghosts. As if nothing happened whatsoever, like, it just, like that, done. And then, they go to start fighting ghosts, they design weapons, even though they specifically say you can't kill ghosts. I'm gonna spoil it, they end up killing ghosts, like, destroying them completely. And then, you know, this movie kind of hurt me to watch it, so I'm trying to remember exactly what happens. Oh, Bill Murray's in it, of course, as a character that doesn't believe in ghosts. He says on the news, like he's on this interview, oh yeah, you know, they're fake, blah, blah, blah. Like Bill Murray's actually saying it, because I'm pretty sure he didn't give a shit when he was in the movie either. And then, well, spoilers, I'm going to go into spoilers. Bill Murray dies. You know, he just outright dies in the movie toward the end. Oh, Dan Aykroyd has has hilarious cameo where he goes, I ain't afraid of no ghosts, kind of thing. And then there's this big climax, all these ghosts coming out that look faker than the original movies. And then they kill the bad guy by shooting him in the balls. I'm not even kidding, that's how they kill him. They shoot him in the balls. Yeah. So let's go into how I feel about the movie, apart from, you know, this me just ruining the entire movie for you. So the problem I have with it is that when it was being produced and everything, when you're getting all these advertisements and all this publicity for it, everyone basically said, you know, people don't like it just because they're sexist or because they can't handle something that's new or some bullshit like that. The problem I have with it is that it is sexist. And a lot of people didn't, you know, want to realize that. I understand girl power movies, but, like, this is completely... In this movie, unless you're a girl, you're stupid or you're the bad guy. And lo and behold, the bad guy is also stupid. And they don't even try to hide who the bad guy is. It's just outright, he's the bad guy. And it's like, in the first 20 minutes of the movie, I swear to God, you can tell exactly who the bad guy is. And, I think it's Chris Hemsworth, the guy that plays Thor. He's in it just to be eye candy for girls. And I know I'm comparing this to the originals, but Janine didn't exist just for that. Janine was smart. She was quite funny. She was sarcastic. You know, there's all these things, and yet we get the guy that's a dumbass for girls to just look at. And I'm not a meninist or anything like that. I actually prefer strong female characters. But the problem with this movie was that none of the characters were really, they didn't really stand out. You had the smart chick, you had the tough chick, you had the sassy black lady chick, and I'm not, that's me actually putting it the way the movie kind of does. And you had female Jack Black, basically. And that's the problem I had with the movie. It could have been good. And I'm not saying that, you know, I hate it because it's new. I hate it because it's so terrible, and I had the gall to say it was a Ghostbusters movie. Which, to me, that's the main problem. Apart from the fact that they didn't try at all to make it, you know, unique. It could have been good, you know. It's the same problem I have with Avatar and, you know, a bunch of other movies that people loved but I despise. It's because they're wastes of potential, like Sword Art Online. which I'm not going to go into anime stuff right now, but still. So, yeah, that's how I felt about the movie. And I know someone's going to say I'm sexist for it, but it's not because of the actresses. It's because of the writing. And, you know, I also can't stand Melissa McCarthy, but that's not because she's female. That's because I just don't like her. So, yeah. Anyone that watched it, thank you for watching. But, yeah. I think I might do more movies on this app because I don't have a computer right now that I can't, you know, record and edit videos from. So, yeah. Thanks to anybody who watched, and if you want to watch the movie, go ahead. If not, that's fine. I just want everyone to know it wasn't for me. So bye.